My eldest son Glinton was diagnosed with cancer late November 2007, and the cancer rapidly spread to tumors on his brain. That's where ComaCARE came in, and the emotional support and also even logistical assistance they provided us was absolutely fantastic. And I don't think my wife especially would have made it through without Sister Rose's fantastic assistance and emotional guidance.
I'm actually a volunteer now. I was a patient in this ward. I was diagnosed that I've got AVM, which is arterial venous malformation, which is some of the veins in my brain are blocked.
ComaCARE began in 2005, basically as an impulse to respond to the needs of coma and brain injured patients who seemed to be getting lost within the health service and within the care system because literally they didn't have a voice. We began pulling together groups of interested parties, family members, health professionals, human rights activists, and the trust was launched with the vision of creating a space for coma and brain injured patients where they and their families could have maximum control over their own care process. They are often left with huge problems. Brain injury is not something that repairs itself quickly, and the families are greatly affected by having a brain injured son in their midst. Personality changes, aggression or depression. Sometimes the person isn't able to speak or communicate as well or move as well. So you have a virile young man with a very difficult problem and a family that has to learn to cope. And I say son because 90% of the patients we see at a tertiary hospital, Groote Schuur Hospital, are young men between the ages of 17 and 35. They engage in the riskiest behaviour, and most of them come into hospital either as victims of assault or motor vehicle accidents. We offer a bedside care and counselling service, and that seems quite strange for people who think that coma patients lie and are unable to hear or respond. But we train mainly unemployed women from disadvantaged communities, many of the same communities that the coma patients come from.
Sibanike isupport abo bantu. Sisoloko sijongene nabo ngakumbi xa onesi bembalwa emawodini. Baye basicele ukuthi sijongane nezigulane ezinjalo.
A patient wat in 'n koma is soos 'n baba. So as 'n baba net gevoer word en daar gelos word en dan kan hy nie lekker develop nie. So wat ons doen 'n bit of care, ons kommunikeer met die patient op sy level waar hy is. Die research wys dat die neurons kan nuwe pathways vind met te connect. En so ons kommunikeer met daardie persoon en hy kan beter develop.
The main role I'm playing here is to support the families after they get the bad news that there's nothing we can do, or else we are going to switch off the machines. We can see them falling apart to hear those bad news. And when somebody passed on and the family came, it's also a very tough time. That's where ComaCARE take part and support those families.
Now, having cared and counselled the patient and also the family member, the other group of people who are strongly affected by coma are nurses. So we train nurses to understand the brain and brain injured patient, and also how to make sure that they don't become involved in a secondary trauma process for the family by responding inappropriately to family stress or strain.
We are very, very busy in this unit, and many times we don't have enough time to spend, especially with the family, because most of the time you need to spend at the patient's bedside. And this is where ComaCARE came in, for the mere fact that they could spend time with the family. And especially with when the family comes in for the first time and they see their relatives in a condition which is unknown to them, and for them it was very distressful. Many times we say, please just go and sit with that patient and let him just know there is somebody at his bedside. And amazingly you can see the difference in the patient's appearance, because the patient starts getting more calm and more at peace and more restful, and that helps with the patient's progress and quicker recovery. They're also doing training of our own nurses. I think that is one of the also very, very important factor, so that we can have a better understanding of what is going on with our patient. So we would love all our nurses that's working that's more permanent in the ICU for them to go to these courses, so that the patient can benefit and the family member can benefit.
I think there's a specific need in our society for an organization to provide backup and support, especially emotional support, based on the fact that quite often the hospital provides the medical support without actually looking at the emotional needs of the people. And in this regard, ComaCARE steps into the breach quite fantastically.
I have only got positive remarks about ComaCARE people. So we really love them. They are part of the family.
ComaCARE is an independent NGO, a non-government organisation, which means at the moment we do not benefit from government funding, and we depend on partnerships, deep relationships with people who want to contribute to this cutting-edge field.